We're going to get into Jessica Lynch, but before we do that, we're going to get into the Saddam's kids who are on the run. But I do have one question for you that I want to get off of the excitement. Do you remember the first time you pulled the trigger in Iraq, and did anything surprise you now that like bullets, like we're actually shooting at people, they're shooting at us? What was that first time like?
Yeah, so the first time was pretty anticlimactic, and it was honestly, I mean, and again, hindsight's, kind of a funny thing. Basically, a guy come out of his house and he did exactly what any one of us would do if we heard people outside of our house. We would come outside with a gun, you know? And this guy came outside of his house, with a gun. Oh, by the way, especially if you add in the fact that your country's being invaded, you know, and he came out, he got a couple rounds off, and then, that was the end for him. That was the first time. And then I just remember thinking, well, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. That was pretty anticlimactic. I wonder what he was shooting at, because like nothing even came near us. And, we cleared the house. And, then afterwards, and I remember Chuck Albertson came up and he told me exactly that. He's like, hey, not trying to get in your head or anything else, but basically this guy was probably just protecting his house. And I was like, yep, shit. That's a fair point. This guy wasn't, a terrorist or, an Iraqi soldier or anything. He was just trying to protect his house. But that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's the chaos. You're not the first person to ever tell me a story of that general nature. When it gets to Saddam's kids, and I'm fascinated by this, I've always been fascinated by Saddam's
Yeah.
kids.